Hey, thank you for taking the time to view our presentation by the Jeff coaches. This PowerPoint is going to go over the learning styles and personality types that each of us have, and maybe help find which personality type and learning style you have. Learning styles and personality types. What's yours? What are learning styles? All people learn differently. Learning styles are the way we choose to take in information and to process it. There are many models and theories about learning styles. VARK is based on the type of sensory information that we each prefer. By knowing your preferred learning style, you can be empowered and direct your own learning. What is VARK? VARK refers to learning styles that are sensory based. They are visual, auditory, through reading and writing, and kinesthetics. VARK learning styles are the representational style you use to interpret and learn things about your environment. Most people use more than one, but one is usually the more dominant one. VARK is not to be used as an excuse for not doing well in a course. It should be a tool used to enhance your learning experience. Some students struggle with adapting studying strategies to material that is not presented in the way that complements their preferred learning styles. Using more than one learning modality allows you to help increase your retention of your information, and it can increase your performance in the classroom. Okay, so which one are you? Are you the one that you get the instructions out and you follow it step by step? Or do you just kind of look at the picture and try to wing it on your own? Reading directions or just start putting things together. Here's some questions to ask yourself to see which learning style you are. Do you watch a video, a film, or look at charts and graphs that makes you more visual? Do you prefer to listen to a lecture or a tape? It's auditory. Or do you prefer just to read the textbook and take notes and write on your own? This would make you a reading and writing. Or do you prefer to watch a demonstration or participate hands-on in a lab? That's more kinesthetic. Another way you could decide your learning type is which way do you better off remember directions? Are you someone that you prefer just to be told a landscape or a landmark and you can kind of visualize it? Do you rather listen to the directions auditory? Do you prefer them to be written down, reading and writing, or do you write the directions down yourself and that's kinesthetic? Also, when someone mentions to you elephant, instantly what comes to your mind? Do you see a picture of an elephant that makes you a more visual learner? Do you hear the sound of an elephant trumpeting? Auditory? Or do you think of a story that you've read in the past, such as Dumbo instantly comes to your mind? That's reading and writing. Or do you imagine riding an elephant or actually touching it? That's kinesthetic. Visual learners prefer to see the information, such as a picture, a diagram, cartoon, or a demonstration. The best tools for learning would be a video, graphs, pictures, diagrams, maps, PowerPoint presentations, posters, and charts. Picture words and concepts that hear as you imagine them. You easily are distracted in a lecture that does not have any visual aid. You become overwhelmed or intense visually accompanied by the lecture. Or you have benefits from using charts, maps, notes, and flashcards when you're studying. This means you're more of a visual learner. Auditory learners, they prefer to hear information spoken. The best tools for this are listening, speaking, lectures, music, storytelling, discussions, and verbal instructions. They can absorb a lecture with little effort, may not need careful notes to learn, avoid eye contact in order to concentrate on what they're actually hearing, prefer study groups with discussions, may read aloud to themselves, and like background music while they're studying. Reading and writing learners prefer textbook or reading points as a foundation. The best tools for these are reading instructions, manuals, reports, PowerPoints, writing a list, writing essays, and words, words, and words. Rereading PowerPoints and notes is a good learning tip. Writing summaries and writing questions, and you quiz yourself. This means that you're more of a reading, writer, learner. Kinesthetic learners prefer to touch as the primary mode for taking in information. The best tools for these are practicing. They prefer trial and error, field trips, role play, real life examples, and lab experiences, more hands-on techniques. In traditional lecture situations, they should write out important facts, create study sheets connected to vivid examples, prefer role playing to help learn and remember important information, and pace and exercise while studying, such as running on a treadmill or reading a book, your bike, or an elliptical machine. Okay, things to remember. The results indicated preferences, not strengths. Not one mode is superior to the other in the VARC scores. Preferences can change as people learn to use the different modes in new situations or life experiences. Introduced to the MBTI, which is the Myers-Briggs Personality Inventory. This is the most widely used personality instrument in the world. Suggests there are 16 possible types. Has been used for over 60 years of research and is considered one of the most strategically valid and reliable instruments. It does not produce your personality type preference. It produces a hypothesis of what your type may be, and you select and verify your type. Determining your 4-letter type is not the end goal. Knowledge of type provides a map for understanding, self-development, and practical application. The Myers-Briggs personality type is not a measure of intelligence, ability, or capacity to learn. Knowing your and other preferences does not determine whether you are strong, weak, or skilled in using the preferences. It should never be used as an excuse to do or not to do anything. This is the Myers-Briggs Personality Inventory. This is just a shot of the screen, but the next slides, we're going to go over each one of these individually. Extraversion or introversion. You prefer sensing or intuitive, thinking, feeling, judging, or perceiving. Okay, extroverts or introverts. If you're an extrovert, you like talking with others and taking action. Prefer active learning and group projects. An introvert, you prefer to have others do the talking. You prefer lectures or structured tasks. You may be shy or just calm. Sensors or intuitors. A sensor, you are most at home with facts and examples. You are drawn to realistic or practical applications. Prefer memorizable facts and concrete questions. Intuitors prefer concepts and theories which can have greater play to imagination or inspiration, and prefer interpretations and imagination. Thinkers and feelers. A thinker, you like to take an objective approach and emphasize logic and analysis in your decisions. Prefer objective feedback and thrive when there is pressure to succeed. A feeler, you prefer emotion to logic, give greater weight to the impact of relationships in your decisions, and prefer positive feedback or individual recognition. Judgers or perceivers. A judger, you prefer clearly defined strategies to achieve your goal. You may jump to closure more quickly. Prefer orderliness, structure, and set deadlines. Perceivers may be more like to consider other sides to a problem and may be at some risk for not completing their work, prefer spontaneity and more flexibility. This is a chart that you just put each of those categories you look at and see if you're extrovert, introvert, your sensor, thinker, feeler, judger, perceiver. And then you go to this chart and you look, you see if you're more like a Phineas, who is quiet, flexible. He's an INTP, or you may be a more like the Candace, the sister, who is ESTJ. You can kind of look at this chart and kind of figure out your different personality type by what we discussed in the previous slides. Different teaching styles. Some teaching styles are lectures. The teachers talk the whole period. You have group discussions where teachers talk, but they encourage the classmates to talk and discuss. Small group, teacher aids groups interaction. A visual focus, the teacher uses a lot of visual aid. Verbal focus is words, and then some more words. Logical sequence, teachers present material in a step-by-step format. And random sequence, the teacher jumps from one subject to another and all over the place. Okay, build a positive relationship with your instructor. Although it may be online classes, maybe we're getting back to in the classroom, but much of college is about interaction with your professor. The success of those interactions will all have a major impact on your overall college experience. Do not let your learning style or your personality preference control your behavior. Take responsibility for relating to with your instructor in a way that will be most beneficial to you. They will be more responsive if you appear to be confident and in control. Solving problems with your instructors. You may not know this, but instructors are human also. You can talk to them. If you are struggling in a course, talk to other classmates and then approach your instructor. Be courteous and forthright. We all make mistakes, the instructors and students alike. Keep copies of all your work. Direct complaints to your instructor first, not to another classmate. If unsuccessful, appeal in writing to instructor supervisor. But always try to reach out to your instructor. If you're not in the classroom, definitely reach out through email and wait for a response. Making the most of student-instructor relationships. Make it a point to attend your classes regularly and be on time. Ask if you have any questions. Make sure you ask it. Save. If you're cutting class for emergencies only, do not just take out because you're sleeping in. Sit. Make sure you sit in the front of the classroom. See your instructor outside the classroom whenever you need any help. And share your ideas with the instructors. The most important thing is to communicate. And remember, no matter what your learning style, it is very important to be involved in the classroom. You must participate. Link your classroom experience to the outside world. Relate class concepts to your own life experiences. Ask questions and offer criticism. Stimulate further relevant discussion. And don't get distracted. Make sure you stay on task. Keep an open mind. There are many ideas beyond your own. And all life is learning. It never stops. Once you start learning, you're going to love it and you'll never quit. We value your opinion of this seminar, so please make sure to try to fill out the short survey at the end. And thank you for taking the time to view.